Welcome to another Sapphic Lit pop-up author interview. Today we have Rita Potter. Rita, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am great. I'm excited to have you here. We're going to talk about your 16th book. Congratulations. That's amazing. And the book is called Seat 11C. Can you
Yes.
tell us a little about the book?
It's my first sapphic suspense. My favorite genre to read is suspense, and I've been a little hesitant. I thought, okay, I've got a few books under my belt now. Let me give this a try because I hate more than anything to read a suspense novel that's not suspenseful and everything is like telegraphed. So I hope I got it right enough that I have a few twists and turns that people won't expect and but it was intimidating since it's my favorite genre to write something that I read so many that I groan at, and I didn't want people groaning when they read my books.
Yeah, that was my first question. I mean, I know you love suspense. So what is 11C about and how did you pick 11C
I
specifically?
just I was going to go 13C and then 11C because there's another book that had 13 in it, so I went with 11C. Actually, it came about Tara and I, my wife, were flying on an airplane and we got separated. And my writer brain, started thinking, it's like, what if I went and left the plane and somebody else was sitting in her seat and she wasn't there? And
Wow.
so that's how the premise of this whole thing started. I had no idea how this person was going to disappear off this plane or what was going to happen, but it started with what would be the feeling if you walked up and your loved one was not in that seat and somebody else was sitting in seat 11C. So that's how the whole book started in my writer brain, and I was writing it the whole flight thinking, how could this happen? So
That's great. Was it easy to write? I mean, I know you said you were nervous because it's you haven't done it, but
no, it's not, especially for a pantser. I've had to learn a little bit more outlining it and planning because you have to put red herrings, you have to put, all these clues, you have to put this breadcrumb trail that you don't have to do when you're just writing a romance novel.
right. Do you think it's going to make you look at reading suspense novels differently? You know,
Since I started writing, I can't read like I
right,
used to be able to because I'm
right,
always like, oh, I don't know what I think of this, and oh, that should have been like this. And
right.
writing has kind of ruined me a little bit for reading. I struggle with
Okay.
reading.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Do you find writing now that you've written suspense, do you find it harder, easier than the other novels, the other genres you write in?
Um, the first one was hard. I want to do another one if this book sells well. I write in every genre, so they're just different. I don't know if it's harder. They're just something different. Like I'm working on one that's a female motorcycle um, outlawish type club that's turned into a trilogy. So that one has a whole different series of problems that. So every novel, I mean, every book you
Right,
write has their own set of problems that come with it. So,
right. Well, you didn't really tell us much about this book. You get on a plane, as the character gets on the plane and their loved one isn't in their seat. There's
and the
somebody
rest
else
of the
there.
book is figuring out what happened. She was supposed to propose to her girlfriend on
Okay.
this vacation, and they're flying back home to O'Hare. And she's got the ring in her pocket. You don't know why she's still got the ring in her pocket. She hasn't proposed. And then you flash back to see what happened on vacation and try to figure out
Oh.
what was it that happened that caused her to disappear and where is she and what's going on. So that's the whole book is trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. She was probably bumped. So what
Yeah.
can we what can we expect from you in 2026?
2026 I've got well, I changed the title, Unfiltered coming out. It's about a content creator. Um, I don't know why I decided to write about content creating. I don't know much about it, so I had to learn about it, but it's about a content creator that's wanting to be an influencer. Um, that one, I most people know my work. I usually write fade to black with sex scenes. Well, wrote two sex scenes for this, and my
Wow.
wife said, "Wow, when you write a sex scene, decide to finally write a sex scene, you really go out all out." So that's all I'll say with that one.
All right, there must have been a lot of research for that. All
Well,
right. Well, this
it was
was great.
necessary for the plot. It was
Right.
truly necessary for the plot. And then I'm going to try to release two of the three books from my motorcycle trilogy in at the end of the year. So I want to release one in September, one in November, and then one in January so I can get the trilogy out. So
Well, that's great. Well, we look forward to those. Thank you. That'll be what, 17, 18, and 19, and then filtered will be 20.
yeah, and
So
then 2020 will be in January of 2027. So yeah.
nice. Already talking about 27. Well, this was great. Thank you again for talking with me.
Yep, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Take care.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.